Let's welcome to the stage Southern Guards GC Captain Louis Oosthuizen and Charl Schwartzel. Gentlemen, obviously an emotional start to the tournament, emotional week for you and for the team. Maybe just start with you, Louis, and then you, Charl. What was it like on the first tee today?
Me and Charl just stood there talking a little bit, and I was there watching his tee shot, and I was tearing up a little bit. I put my glasses on, and because I felt so proud, and then Charl just said he felt the same way. He was standing there and nearly had a bit of tears to get out of his eyes. You know, it was a long time that we've been trying to do this, and I'm trying to explain to everyone that I promise you, South African fans will bring the vibe to the tournament, and that we're a big sporting nation, and couldn't be more proud standing on that first tee.
And Charl?
Yeah, look, we've played many tournaments in our lives, and you know, they dropped us off in the front there, and you had to walk up. And the walk, very few times you get to experience in your career where your hair stands up and you get these like needles going through your body. And you know, I was walking up there and it was just so loud, and I started tearing up, and I was like, wow, I need to hit a tee shot, but I'm busy crying here. And I was just exceptionally proud to have been able to experience that. It was way above my expectation.
Media, please raise your hand. We'll bring a microphone.
Thanks. David Isaacson from Times Live. Questions for basically both of you. To what extent do you think you guys were lifted by the fans today? And secondly, Charl, your back injury, how bad is it? And if it were to be so bad that you were unable to complete the tournament, would you be able to be substituted mid-tournament?
I mean, I phoned Louis last night because I was so worried at dropping the team, and I said to him, my back's really bad, I'm not sure I can play, you know, and I don't want to come out here and play badly, and then I'd rather let somebody else play. And he sort of said to me, look, we've come a long way with this, we've tried, you deserve to play, so at least try. And I mean, I normally get to the course about 2 hours before my tee time. I was here 4 hours before. I was in a jacuzzi, then I was in another sort of bath, and freaking got needles, and I had like a whole bunch of things going on this morning. And then the last resort, a couple tablets, you know. But it's just amazing to me what an amazing crowd does, how it lifts you, you know. I don't know if I would have got through today if I didn't have all the people supporting us as hard as they did. It was amazing.
Well, he beat me by 3 shots, so I'm doing exactly the same as him tomorrow morning.
Manne, weer 'n Afrikaanse vraag of twee asseblief. Louis, fantastiese eerste ronde. Wil jy net 'n bietjie opsom en die emosies wat daarmee gepaard gaan, en dan Brandon, as jy net in Afrikaans iets kan, Charl, sorry, Charl, as jy net in Afrikaans kan sê oor jou besering.
Nee, baie trots vandag op die eerste bof. En trots om 'n Suid-Afrikaner te wees, en die mense was ongelooflik. En ek het swak begin, en die mense het my regtig baie moed gegee deur die volgende 5 gehad en na my begin, en dit was great om saam met Bryson te speel, en DJ, en net baie happy hoe die hele span gespeel het vandag.
Ja, kijk, ek het Sondagmiddag in Singapore my rug seer gemaak, weet nie hoe nie, maar jy weet, ek het teruggekom maandag rehab gedoen, Dinsdag het hy baie beter gevoel, en toe Woensdag na die prime toe sy weer baie seer. Ons is nie seker wat dit is nie, ons dink nie dis 'n disk nie, so, want ek beweeg nog alright, is net ek word baie styf, en ek begin redelik pyn kry, so dan sukkel ek veral met drywer te slaan, so kom ek op die laaste gat ook nie kon drywer slaan nie. So slaan maar 3 uit, en kry die bal in spel en vandag het ek ook mooi gepad, so ek myself daarom in die kans gegee om vorentoe te gaan.
Any more in English, please, and then we'll switch.
Okay, yeah,
OG.
Sal nie praat nie. Well done, guys. Well played today. Louis, you shared a moment just after Charl teed off, and you were a bit worried about how he would actually fare today, but he managed to do well. But there was almost like a connection that you guys had, and even on the 18th when you finished, how much has this, the day one, going back to when you guys first thought about having a tournament in South Africa, how much has it exceeded the expectations that you guys had?
Yeah, look, we've come together a long time. First time we met, I was 12, he was 10, playing in the SA Boys. And
Just down the road, yeah,
yeah,
Rand
just
Park.
down the road, yeah. And we played together for South Africa multiple times. So it was very special. You know, they asked me, Liv, who do I want on the first tee? And I said, Charl definitely deserves to be there with me on the first tee. And you know, it was a very special moment. It was one that I will never forget. Just like I said earlier, everything we expected this to be, it's exceeded it by 10 times.
Charl, maybe this one for you. Round one, LIV Golf SA. You guys are the overnight champions, or at least leaders. Take us into your confidence as a team, and how much of a conversation you guys had between the four of you about performing well as a collective and giving this crowd that have really shown that they want to have you here your support, or at least your thanks.
Yeah, look, we've most of us have played pretty well so far this year, and we've just every time seemed to get off to a slightly bad start and then play much better the last 3 rounds. So we've been pretty consistent with these 4th and 5th finishes. But I think a week like this, we don't those type of guys that really have like these team talks. We just know that each of us is going to try a little bit harder here at home, you know, for the South African fans, for our team, you know, and I think that little heightened in your concentration and trying a bit harder is what sometimes makes the small difference.
To your left.
Yeah, sorry, similar question, but obviously big crowds today came with a lot of hometown pressure. Louis, what kind of mindset do you have in this situation to sort of convert that adrenaline you're feeling into performance on the course?
Look, first always just take the biggest club in your bag, the biggest head, and just get it down there and then take it from there. After the first few holes, I think I settled in and sort of started playing, hitting some better shots. But yeah, I sort of, in my mind, knew that first tee shot is going to be hectic, and the first hole and just the whole hype about everything. But yeah, once you get out there and you get into your rhythm, you know, we've played before big crowds loads of times in our career, and it just makes it a little bit more special if you do well, but in front of your own crowd.
Hi, Charl. Well done today. You spoke to us about how your morning looked. So, based on that, how does the rest of the afternoon and evening look? Are you going back in the jacuzzi? Some dry needling?
Yeah, look, I think it's going to be very similar. We both got in this magnesium bath yesterday, and we were lying there for recovery, so I guess we're on our way there after this. Look, that's what we do most of the time. Every week, you know, there's a warm-up and then a sort of physio session after each round. You walk a long way, yeah, especially so your legs get tired, and it's just my mornings. Looks like this week is going to be a more effort than normal. And look, I just hope I can manage it like I did today going forward. You know, I don't need it to get any worse.
Time for a few more. Mike?
So, guys, you were playing in 4 different groups today, but did you feel like you could feed off each other? There was a stretch where each of you made like the long putts, and it seemed like you were able to kind of feed off that? I don't know if you were looking at the leaderboard or you know, could you feed off each other?
Well, Dean was just behind me and Charl was in front of me, so I could sort of have a sense of what was going on. I was just seeing Dean hitting bombs down the fairway behind me. And every time I looked at Charl, he made a putt or the crowd, you know, sort of tells me it's a birdie. So it was nice to see the guys play well, and then now and then look at the leaderboard and see Brandon's playing really well. So I was the only one that had to get my, you know, my head in a good space to make some birdies and have a good score.
And you talked about playing on adrenaline. Can you play on adrenaline for 72 holes? How much of a challenge will that be the next 3 rounds?
It'll be a challenge. I mean, look, there's certain times you need that adrenaline, but other times you actually want to be calm and make good decisions. And like I say, we've played in front of big crowds before, so I think we know how to handle the situations.
Thanks.
And last one to the right.
Great performance, gents, today. Just looking ahead, what do you need to do to maintain the momentum tomorrow into moving there into the final round?
Look, pretty much what we did today. You know, the guys did exceptionally well. You know, there was high expectations, and you know, in golf we always say you can lose it on the first day. You can't win on the first day, but you can lose it. And we did a great job just putting ourselves up there. I've just got a feeling that, you know, the LIV guys the players are really good. So the scoring's not going to stand still. It's going to keep going. So everybody, you're going to have to stay on the pedal. You know, the guys are really good out here. We've seen it so many times. So, you know, stay focused, try your best, and see if we can get results like today.
Charl, Louis, I know you've got other commitments this afternoon. Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.